Jim Alvarez from San Diego, California. We're at 4th and B. No, we're not here for Hulk Hogan's midget wrestling. Instead, we're here to see Buck Cherry and Lit. The new album, tell us a little bit about it, and what are some tunes on the album that everyone should be on the lookout for?
The new record came out, what, a couple months ago. But yeah, The View from the Bottom is a real rock record coming from a real place as a band. Probably more of lyrically real than anything we've ever done.
Yeah, we're normal people. Like, I mean, yeah, we're going through a hard time, but we went through some hard times. But we still like to party. We still like to fuck, you know? We still like to do the same shit that we like to do 15 years ago. Or we still like all that stuff. I think we're just it's just a little deeper maybe, I don't know. But I think
we appreciate all those things a little more now, I guess. So everything's a little more intense, I think. Well, personally. Now I'm watching a brother who was probably the healthiest guy in the band, and to see that something can take somebody's life that quickly out of nowhere is crazy. It makes you sort of like you want to live a little harder, appreciate each day a little more.
We could have easily put some elements into this record to try to sound more modern. I think instead we went backwards and tried to make it sound more rock and more true to our roots and our history. So I think that if you just take The View from the Bottom and you pop it in your CD player and you turn it up, it's going to sound like nothing else within the last few years. But it may remind you of some shit from 15, 20 years ago.
I don't think you can really put a genre on Lit. We're not punk rock, we're not rock, we're kind of everything.
But people kept trying to call us a 90s band, and we were like, we're an 80s band, we're an 90s band, we're a 2000s band.
Yeah.
And if we could be, we'd be a 70s band, but we were a little too young at that time. But the reality is we're just a rock band. We're not trendy. We're not flavor of the month. We don't have a shitload of hits on YouTube. You know, we don't have the most friends on Facebook. We don't have the most followers on Twitter. But we have fans that
we struck a chord with.
A lot of the kids were too young to come to our shows in like 99, 2000, and they were kids.
What are any particular songs that you can point out that really means a lot to you guys?
Here's to Us is another one that was, kind of became a tribute to Allen. But what's interesting is when AJ and I wrote it in Nashville, it was the same week that Al got sick, and we flew home from Nashville on that trip, and Al was in the hospital when we got home. So it was kind of one of those weird, surreal things where it was like life imitating art or whatever, where we would have never in a million years wrote a verse about a guy in a hospital. And 2 days later, we're landing in LA and we're driving to the hospital to see Al. So it was a weird thing. That song's become kind of Al's tribute.
What is life touring now than it was when you first started, and being that you're all family guys now, what's the difference?
The part of this industry that's remained the same is the touring aspect, I feel like.
The TVs are flatter. Well, we still go out on stage every night with the attitude that this may be our last show ever. You know, we've experienced what that actually means.
Yeah.
We know what, how fragile not only life is, but how just fickle this business is. The fact that we get to sit here in this nice tour bus and talk to you guys, and it's 69 degrees, and we're having drinks, and there's people outside waiting to go in and watch us play. That's incredible for a band that's been together for 23 years like we have.
And we're brothers by blood, and the rest of us were
the rest of us were brothers by urine.
Literally.
Semen. Some by semen.
For me, the first concert I ever went to was Earth, Wind & Fire, man, and I saw these guys in 1979 at the Fabulous Forum, and the bottom line, what is the first show you went to that said, I want to do this for a living, just real quick?
Easy. Ours was the same. It was Iron Maiden at Long Beach Arena.
Killer's tour opening for UFO.
Oh, right on.
I mean, my first real concert was Stryper, Soldiers Under Command. Show before that, but it wasn't really a show, was the Billy Graham Crusade, and I got to watch Johnny Cash do some songs, yeah.
And what was he wearing? That's the cool thing, is he was dressed in white, right?
All white, yeah. Nate.
It was Green Day.
By the way,
it was Green Day.
Nathan's a little younger, so
Little
give
bit
it
younger.
Oakland Coliseum.
If you were a new band that came out today and your new single got played as much as My Worst Enemy, you'd have a hit.
Right.
Thank you guys for playing the music. Play the new shit. What the fuck?